Okay, so picture this. You have an event or a meeting or a class at 3 o'clock, but you also have a long train ride at the same time. Seeing that you have to attend both events, you walk into that train and join the meeting online. While you're there, you try to keep your voice down to not disturb the other passengers, but you sound awkward and are constantly asked to repeat yourself. You try speaking louder and finding a compromise, but you feel just really awkward talking in this public place where everybody can hear you. As specific as this problem may sound, it actually covers quite a large span of markets. Call centers, for example, are a $23.9 billion industry that are prone to this problem. Call center employees aren't always going to be in their comfortable offices without any risk of disruption. What if they accidentally leak important info to outsiders? That risk is very dangerous to both the person and their company. Though the industry seems steady for now, with the rise of COVID-19, more and more businesses are going to become online based and stay that way. They'll need a customer support system, which requires voice calling. This problem isn't exclusive to professional settings. People in crowded households also deserve the right to privacy. The number of adults living with their parents is increasing over the years, which may cause conflicts in privacy. Gaming also relies on voice chat, which may be disruptive to others. Now that you understand how bad of a problem this is, let's introduce our solution, the ZagluShield, a sound-insulating mask which shields the speaker's speech from outsiders. In our current draft of our design, we have proposed the following. As all of you have learned in 8th grade science, sound works by traveling in waves. The way sound reduction works is to essentially force these waves to bounce as much as possible and release their energy through the collision as heat instead of sound. Our design works based on this principle. First, we build a base mask in a triangular shape made out of a sound-absorbing material. Then, each of these bases will be covered with a coating which instead reflects sound. This is so that we can reflect any remaining sound not converted into heat back into the mask. In order to fit a microphone in, we have a few proposals. You can insert it through a slit within the mask design, or you can slip it from the front bottom area of the mask. Okay, so you might be thinking, well, this is pretty cool. You got a problem, you got a design. But is this feasible? How are you going to make this happen? Well, we actually already do have a working prototype. See, we have actually done controlled tests in a lab environment and have found that our design is actually very effective. Sound recordings have been silenced up to 10 decibels under their volume without the mask. Now that you understand the magic behind our product, let's take a look at our competition. There is actually a red ocean for this product being taken up by one company, the Hushme. The Hushme is also meant to be a sound blocking mask with the same purpose, however, its technology is way different. Here, on our red line, we are comparing it not to a product, but more so just not using any product at all. Definitely not ideal. However, it might be more convenient for some due to the limitations of the Hushme. Rather than silencing noise, the Hushme just muffles noise by using electronic noises. The product itself is over $200, making it very expensive. According to a non-promotional review, the product could muffle sound quite well, but could only silence sound down to around 2 decibels below the sound's default noise. It is moderately comfortable having a padded mouth area, but there were still some complaints about the comfort. Now, if a consumer doesn't like the Hushme, they can just not do anything, which does absolutely nothing positive for the consumer. The customer is left drowning in a red ocean of limited creativity. At least they'll be physically comfortable if they choose not to wear the Hushme. But is that really worth it? Well, here's where our ZagluShield comes in to shield the people from this bloody red ocean. First off, we'll eliminate electronic capabilities entirely. This removes charging as an inconvenience of the product and reduces the price of the product dramatically. We'll reduce the price of the product in order to make it more accessible, the muffling capabilities, and indirectly the carbon emissions of the product due to the lack of machinery. We'll focus much more on the silencing abilities of the product and introduce a new science-based design alongside different ways of microphone compatibility. Now we've created an entirely new curve, independent of the limits of this market. Now, let's dive deeper into our market. Our first tier of non-customers are call centers and crowded households, as mentioned before. They do definitely need this product. Workers are not always going to be in the comfort of their own office. They have things to do, and sometimes those things overlap with their work. Crowded households also tend to struggle with privacy. Clearly, they do need this type of product, but this product is just out of their reach. Maybe because the existing competitors don't really provide a product which they're willing to buy. A second-tier market are bosses and decision makers in companies planning on mass buying these masks for their employees. The pricing makes the product difficult to mass buy, and the electronic components make it seem quite gimmicky. They simply do not see the value in buying such a product in the state it is now. Now, a third-tier potential distant market is the gaming and streaming market. As the amount of shared households increases, gamers and streamers who primarily rely on vocal communication need their privacy too. This product will be ideal for gamers and live streamers who live with others. As for potential expansion, first we will begin formal research for this product through surveys and such, and gather as much data on potential markets as much as possible. Next, we'll get in touch with engineers and factories to ensure a solution that matches our goals. Once we have made these final adjustments based on this, we begin production and start selling. Thank you for sticking around till the end of this presentation. ZagluShield is truly security in a single shield.